3 ways to reset a BIOS password. Have you even been logged out an old computer by forgotten BIOS password? Without the password, the computer is essentially useless. Unlucky, there are ways to reset it. Watch the video to learn how. Method 1. Password jumper. Number 1. Open your computer. This method is for desktop computer user. Unplug the computer cord for the back of the computer. Remove the case so that you have access to motherboard. The motherboard is the main board of the computer, everything attached to it. Number 2. Find the BIOS jumper. There are dozens of jumper on the motherboard, so be sure that you are located the correct one. Refer to your motherboard documentation to double check. The jumper cover 2 of the 3 pins that control the BIOS password. The jumper may be labeled CLEAR CMOS, CLEAR, Control, JCMOS S1, Password, PSWD, etc. The jumper is typically located on the edge of the motherboard or physically near the CMOS battery. Number 3. Move the jumper. To reset the BIOS password, you will need to move the jumper that is covering 2 of the 3 pins. On most systems, moving the jumper over 1 pin will charge it. Number 4. Turn the computer on. After booting, the BIOS password should be cleared. Turn the computer back off and replace the jumper to its original position. Replace the case and computer is ready to use again. Method 2. Backdoor password. Number 1. Determine if you can access your CMOS jumper. Laptop users will typically be unable to access the jumper. If you are using a laptop, you will need to use a backdoor password instead. Number 2. Turn on the laptop. When prompted to the password, guess 3 times. This will lead to the system disable screen. Number 3. Take note of the display number. You will need this to generate the CMOS backdoor password. Number 4. Generate the password on a working computer. Visit the site and enter the code from the laptop. The program will generate a password for you. Method 3. Removing CMOS battery. Number 1. Open the computer. This method only works on desktop computer. Make sure that the computer is turned off. Remove the case from the computer so that you can access the motherboard. Number 2. Locate the CMOS battery. The CMOS battery is round and silver, much like a watch battery. Carefully remove it from its housing. Wait for 5 to 10 minutes so that all the power stored in capacitors on the motherboard can discharge. Number 3. Replace the battery. All of the BIOS setting will be reset the next time that you turn the computer on. All you need to reset the time and date in the BIOS setup menu. Thanks for watching.